Hi, I'm Dave Walker. I'm a production music composer. I write for Universal Production Music. My main styles are hip-hop, trap and beat-based music, but we're going to do something a bit different today and look at some cheer remixes. The music on this album is aimed for sync within the cheer world and predominantly for the US market within advertising and TV. This first track is called Do Our Thing. It's a track that I wrote about a year ago. Let's dive in and listen to the original.
Let's show the whole wide world how we do our thing. Let's do our thing. Show the world that we do it. We're built to win. Let's go all in. Show the world that we do it. This is our anthem.
I took the stems from the original and then built the track around that. Straight away, it's a lot faster, it's a lot more hyped up, there's a lot more going on. Big energy. Let's dive straight into the drop.
How we do our thing. Let's do our thing. We're built to win. Let's go all in. Show the world that we do it. This is our anthem, we're taking it all. No second place in the victory call.
So the idea was to increase energy, keep the momentum high, and by adding extra layers of drums to the original, I think we've achieved that. With some short kicks in between, kind of just helping to drive the rhythm. Let's add more drums in. Some open hi-hats on the offbeat to help give that offbeat pattern and rhythm. And here I've got the original drums, which add a kind of percussive flavour from the original track, and they are just bedded underneath these additional drums that I've added on the cheer remix. So straight away we're going into higher energy. With cheer tracks, like effects, like laser sounds, they are going to add energy and drive. So I've got this, as I've called it, zapper track. Let's listen to the effects from the original. So these are some atmospheric side-chained parts that are just helping add atmosphere and kind of fill in the gaps of the beat, and then some impacts at the start of every 4 beats. That wasn't enough for a cheer track. We needed to add more impacts, downers, risers to really drive home the energy and really increase the momentum of the track. So these are the additional special effects that are added over the top. So these are adding impact, and also they're going to help with emphasising particular sections of the song, so you know where you are, and that's going to be really important if you're dancing to this. What I quickly realised when I was producing this track was layers is important. Layers on drums, layers on sound effects, just to go huge and big across the mix. After this, the bass line has a few layers to it as well. Again, this is on the offbeat, so we're still having this kind of 4 to the floor with a kick, and then offbeat syncopation and pump. There was a saxophone line in the original. And I've just taken the last note of that line, and then I've repeated that just again on the offbeat to keep the momentum going for the track. And then we've got Andrea's vocals, which are so good, sitting over the top.
How we do our thing. Let's do our thing. We're built to win. Let's go all in. Show the world that we do it.
thing that I realised features in a number of cheer tracks is the whistle. For the whistle, I've gone like an 8 count, so just straight on the downbeat, and that breaks up these sections. And they're panned left, right, left, right. So we're ramping up the energy, bringing it high, and pushing it into the cheer world with all the additional production that we've added. So this track is called Ready for More. It's a hip hop tune. It's got my friend James Gardin on vocals. Let's have a listen to the original.
Are you ready for more? Nothing can hold us down. Are you ready for more? We're here for the crown. Are you ready for more? We won't let you forget us. Are you ready for more? We run this city.
So this track, the hook is, are you ready for more? Like it's a question, it's an invitation, and it works so well for both sync and for cheer, and it's got that kind of like hype factor to it. Let's just dive straight into the drop.
Are you ready for more? Are you ready for more? Are you ready for more? Are you ready for more?
So I threw some delays on the end of the vocals. I did some stutters on that final pass of the vocals as well, but they work so well for adding hype to the drop on this cheer track. So leading into the drop, we've got a build up, we've got some stutters, the drums increase in speed, and then I've got a big hit for a bar, and then the classic 5, 6, 7, 8 count into the drop. Let's have a listen to that.
Down, 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 down. Are you ready for more?
That transition works really well for sync because we've got this big drop at the start of bar 22, which gives an editor kind of an end point and then an in point with the 8 count, 5, 6, 7, 8 leading into the drop. Let's just have a listen to that hit, and then you'll see where an editor could do a chop and then drop in a different section or drop in this track from the 8 count.
Down.
So effects are super key for cheer tracks. We've got the classic boxing bell. That's going on the 4 count and then just on the downbeat every 4 bars. And then you've got to have an air horn. We've got our zaps. Like, as many of these things as we can add as possible are going to be awesome. Like, just throwing in all the hype sounds. Let's bring in all the effects together and have a listen to those. Let's bring the beat in as well. And then everything. In this remix, we wanted different sections, but we wanted the momentum to stay the same, but with change in energy. So coming out of the drop, we're going to move into a halftime section, and then we move into a breakbeat section, and then we move back into the 4 to the floor drop section. So we're in the halftime section. Got some sirens, some vocal stutters. Into the breakbeat section now, with some scratches I did on the original, leading into a transition, and then we're back into the drop with the 4/4 section. This is a production breakdown of Do Our Thing and Ready for More. They're available to stream and license from universalproductionmusic.com.